Hello, rodent watchers. It's time for another turn of my Skaven game. Turn number 24. Start off with the messages. We've got Research and Conjuration, so that's Conjuration level 4, which lets us cast Vermintide. That's the important thing for us there. We've got the Silver Throne, so we can start making those Silver Adept Mages. We've cast Distill Gold and got, 408 gold out of 24 gems. That's fine, enough for a temple. Cast some troops, searched for some sites, got some blood slaves, not very many. 6 from 2 blood hunters is not great. We witnessed a battle in Valrest. So this is a significant force of Empire troops, lots of knights, the Griffin Order, the entire Griffin Order looks like. Lots of crossbows. One of their, so this is the Grand Master, Hans Duterberg of the Griffin Order. And we also have one of their national heroes, who they've renamed to Sigmar's Long Supple Calves. That's Tyrus Gorman, the Patriarch of the Bright College. So he's fire 5 once he's in battle because he auto casts Phoenix Power. He's probably going to be casting some fire elementals, looks like. And then across from them, some scattered beasts from the Dark Elves and Harpies, the Trolls, the Amazon infantry, and then just tons of Doomfire Warlocks who we think are probably a bit too good. So we'll see what happens. So the crossbows do damage, but you can see the damage reversal streaking across and hitting them there. And the cavalry's just not lasting long against them. Yeah, I think they might be a bit too strong. So they've summoned up a fire elemental. Now these guys should do a bit better. They've got very high magic resistance, and they're very disposable, so they should do a lot better against the Doomfire Warlocks. So they're a sensible thing to use against them, sensible counter. And we should see some Doomfire Warlocks get roasted by those. Yeah, you can see it just immediately killed one there, and then another one hits it and hits the fire shield and takes quite a bit of damage. They do have magic attacks though, I think. Let's have a look. Well, the Warlock Blade doesn't, but their Doomfire is, although magic resistance negates, so yeah, the Fire Elemental should do fine. The problem is that the other troops are not doing fine. Yeah, that's really the issue for the Empire here, is that the Doomfire Warlock's just tearing through their other troops. Fire Elemental's doing very well though, roasted another Doomfire Warlock there. And I think I just saw another one go down. But yeah, their troops are running out, the Amazons are doing fine at the front, and I think the Empire are now running off the field. Let's see if Tyrus Gorman survives. So there's some imps coming in, and those are Dark Elf cast imps, so they might stop Tyrus from escaping. Has he fallen unconscious? He has, so he's in big trouble. Still got a fire elemental protecting him. Does he cast a fire shield? He's got 15 AP fire shield, so a very strong fire shield on Tyrus. It's not going to bother the imps, but it did great against the Sisters of Slaughter, killed those off. And it looks like he is going to escape. So, a lot of damage to both sides. A win for the Dark Elves, but yeah, very, very damaging for both sides, really. So, a lot of knights lost, a lot of crossbowmen lost, so that's about 10 gold each, I think, so that's about 800 gold there. Order knights are 35 gold each, so yeah, significant expenses there. Nearly 1,000 from Order Knights, and Knights Griffin probably over 1,000 in total. Demigriff Order Knights are very expensive, of course. They're 80 gold each, so really racking up the costs. Didn't lose too many of their commanders, though. The Grand Master got away, the Patriarch got away, which is very important. And they did inflict a lot of damage in return. So Doomfire Warlocks, they killed 30 of those at 50 gold each. That's 1,500. Yeah, they lost some Amazons, lost Harpies, Sisters Slaughter, lost their Jade Priestess. That's not ideal for them. I'd say overall that's worse for Altdorf, but a lot of Doomfire Warlocks dead, and they're going to be happy about that. They may try and push their attack here. That's what I'm hoping. They're going to try and push the Dark Elves out as I move in. I'm still going to be stealth moving this turn. I decided against just attacking with everything. So we've got some events. We've got a Warpstone mining operation that has collapsed. Event in Norfangs. Group of knights attacking. This is us paying for our misfortune scales again. In Rivia, 500 population. A very nice event, and that's really quite a big high population province that I was going to build a fort in. So that's good. So in Norfangs, let's just have a look at how many knights there are. Well, It's just province defense, so we'll just look at the battle report actually. So we've got 12 knights and 2 knight commanders, so 14 knights I need to kill. Militia, irrelevant. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. I'll prepare for a turn and then get rid of that. Okay, let's have a look at what we're up to this turn. So the main thing is we're building a temple up here on our throne. Next turn we're going to have our palisades built. Doesn't look like anyone's going to attack us and disrupt that, so that's great. And we can start recruiting Adepts of the Silver Order, which is absolutely crucial for us because they have air magic that we can't otherwise get. They've got possibility of air 3, possibility of getting to astral 3. Also, they can get us astral earth crosspaths, which is very important for a variety of items we can forge. So they're fantastic. They take 4 turns currently, but once we've got our fort up and going, that'll speed that up. And then on the Altdorf front, we are just moving a huge number of things across. I was going to attack this turn, but I realised I couldn't quite reach the number of provinces I want to. I really want this to be a devastating surprise attack on them. And it gives them more time to move more of their forces down. So, for instance, these free infantry are almost certainly going to move here. They'll basically move more stuff from their cap and coalesce here to try and fight the Dark Elves. And that's going to let us sweep maybe, I think, this province, all of these, the fort, and probably be able to hit their cap and put it under siege. We're not going to try and take their cap, we're going to immediately back off from that, but taking it for a turn is fantastic. Knocks a turn of recruitment away from them and gives us a turn of their, I think it's half of the income if they still control the fort. Yeah, that'd be good. So let's just have a look at the forces moving in. So we've got one up here, one here. I'm not going to go through these, but see what I'm using. So this is just what's moving to each of these provinces, and then they'll be able to hit that province or one that's next to it. Another force here, but they should probably just be on attack. Over here, more slaves and clan rats. Here, 2 forces moving across here. They'll be able to reach these provinces. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're not moving anyone in there. So we're just moving more scouts across as well. Yeah, anyone to their cap? 1 assassin we're moving on to their capital because the assassin's the least likely to get caught, and because he's a spy, we'll be able to pick up mundane graphs off them, I believe, by the spy being there. Because he's a spy, he also managed to see that they've got these nice sites, which I'm very much going to enjoy stealing. So we've got more troops moving in. We've got these supply scouts that I talked about before, which are going to make sure that they've got plenty of gems available to them. And as an example of the kind of thing I'm sending in, we've got like a warlock who is full of fire gems here, and he'll be casting lesser fire elementals. Of course, he's fire 3, so he won't have any problem casting the big fire elementals once we've researched that, but that's a couple of turns away. We're just having them there ready. I'm not making a big mage commitment to this, but there's going to be enough to kind of scare Altdorf off from thinking they can take things back easily. And it might take us a while to finish them off and take their cap, but I'm hoping to just either force them to go AI, or depending on how much the player wants to go down swinging, kind of force them into a very bad defensive war where we keep hold of lots of their territory. Lots of research still going on, and preparing my forces over here to take Norfang's back. So I've got more troops coming up from the south. Yeah, we're just kind of moving into position. Plenty of chaff that will go in there, some gutter runners, and then I'm building some weapons teams up here, and some weapons teams up here, and that'll let us take them. There's only 14 knights, but I want to make sure I've got a strong force there so I don't screw it up. Moving more stuff up, repositioning some things down here. So this is mainly moving these away, Skrulk's forces, because I don't want Skrulk to be at risk, but also I really don't want to be making Slaanesh think that I'm going to attack them, or making the Ogres think that I'm going to backstab them or something like that, because I just don't want to provoke anyone at the moment. I want to deal with Altdorf. Down here, this is an interesting thing. I got a comment in my last YouTube video. I've forgotten who it was from, but thank you for making that comment, which is that the Well of Pestilence, I think it's called, is a site that requires Death 3 to find, and I had only searched for Death 2, so it could well be that's present. So what I've done is forged a Skull Staff, which is a Death 1 booster, given that to one of my Plague Priests, and then he's going to search there. And I've given a Dowsing Rod to another, and he's going to start blood hunting down in Latian. We should get some troops to troll down in Latian soon as well. Now that I think about that, actually that might be a good idea to, just for now, We got some troops that'd be good for patrolling. Yes, we do, in fact. I think I would like... Yeah, let's send Chitterfang down here, and we'll just meet up with those two forces and build a patrol force there, and I'll send the rest home. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And Quetch is going to do some more searching down there. So yeah, same old, same old. I'm forging more Skull Mentors. I've got 2 Dwarven Hammers up and running now, and I've talked to the Ogres about getting some Boots of Long Strides, which is a very low-level research, but it requires nature that I just don't have, and that's to make Ratto Fourtails able to move around the map a bit more easily. So that'll all go in the boot slot, and then I'm replacing the Lightning Rod, which I don't really think is necessary, given they're going to have Elemental Armor, giving them they'll have 10 shock resistance from that, and I think that's about enough for now at least. So I'm replacing the Copper Staff with, or Lightning Rod rather, with a Charcoal Shield and then just another Stinger. So they're going to have 3 Stingers and then a Charcoal Shield. So they're kind of moving away from being Repel to being a bit more... I mean, they'll still have lots of Repel, but they'll also have the Fire Shield helping them kill things quickly. Yeah, and they've obviously got the anti-magic amulet. So once I've got the boots on, they'll be able to move up and help with this war, potentially. But I'm a little bit wary of Altdorf's extremely large numbers of astral mages in there. I can see there's got lots of light wizards, which are obviously an efficient researcher for them to hire. And I know they've got good research. I know they've got Conjuration 5 at least, because I just saw them summon full-size fire elementals. So they've probably got more research than me overall. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, just having a quick look, making sure my commanders are all accounted for, but that's pretty much it for this turn, so I will see you next turn. Hello again. It's time for turn number 25, a turn where I make an error, and we'll see what that is very soon. First, you will notice there is a conspicuous gap here, where the flag of Nehekhara used to be, and that's because they've been eliminated. Let's have a look at our messages first. So we get Boots of Long Strides from the Ogres and 10 Earth Gems. Now this is in exchange for us creating a Dwarven Hammer for them and sending it to them. So I can make a Dwarven Hammer for 12 gems and 1 mage turn. And so effectively I'm costing myself 2 Earth Gems and a mage turn, and I'm getting Boots of Long Strides in exchange, which I think is fine. Also the Ogres are very happy with that, you know, having a hammer, it would be difficult to make otherwise, and it can help them make some items. So it's in the name of good relations with them. Scrap Stealer has found the Well of Pestilence, so thank you to the commenter on my last video who pointed out that I could search for that with the D3. We have some blood slaves being caught, 18 good ones this time, so finally getting a bit of blood income going. And then here is the mistake that I made. There was a battle in Clon. Now, why was there a battle when I was just sneaking into Altdorf's territory? Well, I guess I misclicked, because this Packmaster here, this fool, Rockclaw, attacked them instead of sneaking. And because he did that, and you can see there's a lot of giant rats, but giant rats are not great at fighting, especially outside their own dominion. They get chopped up by the PD, I think they kill 1 heavy cavalry, maybe 1 of the infantry, and then they run away. Now, Rockclaw himself is fine, and 15 giant rats, I don't care about that, doesn't matter to me in the slightest. What does matter to me is that this has probably tipped Altdorf off that I'm sneaking loads of stuff into their lands. And there's a lot of different ways they could react to this. They could just fortify every single province, throw province defense around, throw mages around to guard everything. I don't think they're going to do that, because that would be really an overreaction to what is effectively just like a probe. But they may go, okay, you've moved that in, you must have misclicked, there must be stuff sneaking all over my lands. I'll patrol, I'll make sure there's stuff patrolling in my capital, I'll be summoning fire elementals. That would be a disaster for us. So we're just going to have to see, because I am issuing my attack orders, and we'll see how they do. But if Mr. Rockclaw costs us a lot of lives, then he'll get quite a severe punishment, I assure you. We get to witness a couple of battles, the Dark Elves attacking in Terrace Peaks. Just province defense, and they sweep that easily with their Doomfire Warlocks. And then another battle in Valrest. Let's have a look at that one. So this is storming the fort that they had under siege. So Tyrus Gorman, although he escaped previously, is stuck here. Let's see how they do. Now, I think this might actually be kind of hard. They still have quite a few Doomfire Warlocks and some Trolls, but I assume Tyrus Gorman's going to be summoning Fire Elementals. Oh, just in time before they get to him, and he just blasts through those Doomfire Warlocks. They really are a very good counter, Fire Elementals. Nothing else he's been using has been working particularly well, but Fire Elementals have worked great. And Fire Elementals are also fantastic against Trolls. He's also got Luther Huss there, and he's been given Body Ethereal. So he's going to do rather well. He's also got Brents the Flamen, who also does fire damage. So those Trolls are not in for a good time. And you can see they're just getting roasted there, despite their regen. They can't get past Luther Huss's Ore. They can't get past Brents the Flamen's Ore and Fear. You know, it's very interesting. He's holding the fort with 2 national heroes who are quite strong, and one of his unique Grandmaster summons. So yeah, a very good choice. And he's got his guys coming out here, a couple of Demigryph Knights, and they're chasing everyone off. There's actually, I think that's another Supreme Sorceress. Okay, so that's a multi-hero from the Dark Elves. But yeah, not bad, but not bad effort, but they've failed to storm that. I'm guessing they kept the province though. And then this is the battle that eliminated Nehekhara. This is the Lizardmen attacking the Tomb Kings. So let's just have a quick look here. Lizardman force, very nice. They've got some of their sacred summons. These ones are the ones that have magic weapons that do extra damage against demons. They've got a nice flying force, and they've got one of their... Oh, they've got 2 of their national heroes, actually. They've got Gorok, the White Lizard, who's very, very tough. Excellent punch, and they're giving him a Dancing Trident. And then they've also got Tic-Tac-Toe, Master of Skies, who is their kind of flying general that controls these this flying forces. And they've got a huge number of cavalry. So a really nice force from the Lizards. Divine Blessing from a Prophet, I think, but not much else in the way of mages. And then the Tomb Kings have got Sepulchral Stalkers, Ushabtis, you know, their statues. Very nice, but just not really enough of them. They got some summoned some Terracotta Soldiers, and then we've got a wave of Scorpions. But this just really isn't enough troops. Particularly as round the back, you can see their archers and the like are just getting slaughtered by the flyers, so I will just put this onto double speed and let you watch. Basically just a massive melee. You can really see how strong the Ushabtis and the Sepulchral Stalkers though are. They're really taking small amounts of damage from these cavalry. It's quite hard for them to finish them off. And I think they've got some regen onto them as well, through one of their national spells. But eventually, inevitably, they fall. It's a shame. I think they're probably the strongest, and I would say perhaps even overpowered nation in the mod pack, but they just got ganged up on, and the player didn't fancy it and went AI. Probably had a bit of a slow start, I think. So then we've got a couple of events. In Erd, barbarians are being barbaric. They might attack after that, I'm not sure. In the Eternal Expanse, bit of lost province income. This is just the daily toll of misfortune. And then we've got our palisades constructed. So let's go over first to our throne. We're building a fortress here. We're moving our Gracier down with some weapons teams down here. This is our harvest of blood slaves we're sending back on the commander. And then we're just attacking various provinces. So we're attacking this province, this force. Again, I'll just show you what's attacking. Nothing attacking that one. This force against this province. Pretty large force against this province. Decent force here, weapons teams and rats. Decided not to attack this because we talked to the Dark Elves and they're probably going to attack that. We are going for this fort with a fairly significant force. And you can see we've got Vermintide scripted on our mages. And we're attacking their capital with a decent sized force as well. I don't know about this attack on the capital, particularly as we've now tipped them off, but see how we do. It's possible that we'll punch through. Their province defense is pretty tough. Imperial province defense, lots of crossbows and things. I'm hoping the shielded clan rats can take some of those crossbow shots, and then we're attacking on the. We've got 2 squads attacking rear, trying to kind of snipe some of their commanders at the back. If they haven't sent any extra commanders, I think that will work against province defense, or at least it'll hit the archers. So we'll see how that goes. If it goes wrong, it's fine. We're still definitely going to take some provinces, unless they really react very strongly to that probe and take a lot of stuff out. Now I'm also sending in my god. I've equipped her up with a charcoal shield and an extra stinger. She's moving in here, and I'm moving in various forces. I've also sent quite a few to take out Northangs. I think this might be a little bit overkill, but yeah, I've seen knights kill and rout a very large number of Skaven before, so I don't really feel like messing about. I just want to take that back and then get them moving over here into the fight. I think this is going to be harder than I anticipated, primarily because I just made that mistake. I think otherwise there really wouldn't be much defending this, and I would just sweep it. Another concern is this greenskin army. It's pretty nasty. They're obviously hanging out there for some reason, defending the throne perhaps, defending their own territory, but also, given that they can probably see these fights happening, I think they might be looking to just move in and take one of these provinces. This is actually the reason I've decided not to attack this province. I think that's the most likely one for them to pick off. They could go for the cave, but I've got a stronger force going in the cave, and I'm fairly confident I'll do okay there, and they're probably not going to move into it. But yeah, we'll see. See how it all goes. So next turn should be an interesting one. In the south, just got some more blood hunting going on. Set up a very nice patrol force, and this force is to patrol, but also just to kind of have a presence in this area and remind people that they can't just come and take my land. If I have nothing showing, they might decide that Skaven are looking rather juicy. Skrulk is moving back more towards the centre of my empire, so I can reposition him where I need him. And oh yeah, the Well of Pestilence. There we go. 1 death gem per turn, not very exciting. Increases death, deadly diseases, but at least boosts death ritual range by 2 provinces. This might be relevant at some point. And you can see I'm forging more sanguine dowsing rods. Recruitment wise, getting some Packmasters down here. They'll provide patrol reinforcements down here, and any of these that I want to blood hunt in, we'll be using those, but I just want to kind of get them going as well. I'm not going to keep them in that province because they might get diseased. My Bane is on the move with some troops, just using him to ferry some guys around. I've heard that there's an arena battle coming soon, and it's possible the Bane's just going to be sent to that because I don't have anyone particularly great to send. Yeah, I think that's roughly it. I showed the force attacking the fort. Yeah, significant forces, lots of Vermintide. Yeah, that's your lot. So we'll see how bad my mistake was next turn. And thanks for watching.